everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of Adventure SMP. I am so excited to have you guys here. So we had a little mix-ups with posting and that sort of thing. So our date to do the break has been pushed back a little bit. This is episode 29. We are not going to start the break actually until October 10th, and we're probably going to go through November 7th. I'm terribly sorry about it. But that is just how this needs to work with things that happen. Work has been super crazy at my day job. I have been pulling 6-hour weeks, or not 6-hour weeks, 6-day weeks. Can you tell I just came off of a long shift? And so makes it a little bit difficult to get these episodes not only recorded, but finished editing and that sort of thing like I do after I send it to Jared for a little bit. So I am really, really sorry about that, but this will help not only me take a break and recharge, but as well as the cast, and hopefully we'll be able to find a time to get some mass recording done so we can get back to posting regularly. So sorry about that, but that is coming up. However, in between there, you can always find us on our socials, even when we're not posting. And you can also find individual players and myself on our individual socials. Well, mostly Hey Good for Eric and Seashell Vids for myself. Petal does a little bit of posting sometimes. And Jamie, this is Jamie's really mainly only internet thing. So, yeah, enjoy the episode. And welcome to episode 29 of Adventure SMP. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Tay, also known as Seashell Vids. I am your story leader dungeon master. My pronouns are they, he, and I'm here today with my players.
Hi everybody, I'm Jamie. I go by they, them pronouns. I'm playing Business Ray, who goes by any pronouns, and is a level 3 great old one warlock.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Eric. I go by Hey Good on the internet. My pronouns are he, him. I shall be playing Peebus, who is a human bard, level 3. His pronouns are also he, him. I also have checked between the recording of the last episode and now that a 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter cube of gold weighs about 42,000 pounds.
Jesus.
So that's pretty cool. And just before we get started, I want to make sure I stated for the record, Schmapple plat plam ploople sapap. That's it. That's what you get from me today.
What demon is being summoned?
I'm just saying it for the supercut at this point.
All of them.
All of them.
Hi, I am Petal. I am new. I am playing Groki, the Plasmoid Paladin. Our pronouns are both they, them. Groki is Oath of Devotion, and they have an adorable little wolf puppy named Athenia.
I'm Hollow. I go by any pronouns. I play C, who also goes by any pronouns, and they are a mastermind rogue. And they are in LA.
Wonderful. Last episode, we got all our players together. We got the main party and our new player, who's not Petal.
I was confused.
Yeah, I know. That's why I clarified. Just for you, Eric. We got all of our players together. They got the villagers that C had been keeping safe and got them back to Peebus's village, where they immediately got welcomed in, joined in. A lot of them got jobs. They helped start building houses. Having a wonderful time. And they ran into Steve. Or Peebus was sent to go see Steve, who was kind of checking in with them. And being like, hey, while you were gone, I was looking at things in the library. I found a book by a player that you might want to go check out. And so the party headed over to the library, and they are about to enter in.
I'm so excited. I love books. I'm so excited.
I love books.
Tay, I just want to let you know I'm so tempted to just be like, Peebus just grabs a book off the wall and then reads the first sentence and just keep doing that to see how many sentences you can come up with. But that's not
Eric,
nice. That's not a nice thing
I have
to do.
actual books written out.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Peebus immediately runs to a book that is nearby and opens it. What does it say?
God. Red hair. God has red hair. He's the same height as the rest of us and is very helpful. The world moves and lost items get found. He's gone now, at least as far as we're aware. That's the first page. Do you want to keep going?
That was fucking awesome.
I have books prepared. That
was cool. What? That was weirdly wistful, and like I'm gonna be thinking about it for like a day. It's like in my brain now.
Good.
C is gonna be just collecting random books off the shelves. There's gonna be a reason for this. She's not opening them, but she is collecting them.
Okay.
Groki is beelining to find the Linguini book, and then they have books that they want to try to find, but Linguini, most important.
Okay, so how are you looking for that? Are you just like going reading like a page or so to see, or?
You said it was on a pedestal.
Yeah, Groki's just looking on every pedestal.
There's several books on pedestals. All right. How many books do y'all want me to read? Like the first bit of, because I have books.
I mean, I feel like if you do all that work, we gotta hear some of it.
Yeah, we could roll for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Roll me like a D8. I have more than 8 books, but we'll start with 8.
That is a 2.
Cool. We'll do 2 if you guys want more. You can have more. So you go to the closest pedestal. I was once told of a kind and caring soul turned dark. They entered this world with a desire to meet new people and make new friends, and they were very good at it. They friended a flower, a dinosaur, a bagel, an iceman, a king, and more. That's the first page.
Is Hagood the Iceman or the king?
Yeah. No, the Iceman.
Who's the king? Oh, Barber.
Yeah.
Naturally, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You almost got imprisoned for life under that king. I should know the king.
Mm-hmm. You go to the next book. It is further into. You are actually decently deep in the library. And you go to a book shell or like a pedestal. I heard about a duck. This duck was young and knew nothing of the world around them. With help of the queen, the Iceman, God, a bagel, the shadow, the ocean, the happy one, the Iceman with an A, this little duck began to learn and grow. Neither of those seem like they're written by a player. Those sound like fairy tales. And if Peebus looks at all, he goes, "Oh, I know these stories. Yeah, no. These are not by players. These were bedtime stories."
So they're classic villager bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I guess Peebus, College of Lore. Peebus would know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Eric, however, am wondering who this god character is with the red hair. This is cool. This is the lore.
Do you want to know who it is?
No. Keep the intrigue.
Okay. You should know.
I know I should know. All right, so red hair. If I just keep.
Do you want me to keep going on the book? The book has more.
I mean, sure, go for it.
Okay, the God book. Red hair, God has red hair, same height as the rest of us. Very helpful, the world moves, gets lost items found. He's gone now, as far as we're aware. We haven't heard from him I'm not even sure. He was helpful and we miss him. Thank you for your time, God. Hopefully we will see you in another world again.
Oh, it's Anki.
Yes, it is.
Anki is this server medic, technical server runner of Questcraft. Okay, that's good. Red hair.
But you guys can look over books. You can read different ones, see different things. And then you get to one that is a slightly different color. It has a slight purple glow to it that, like, somehow you're not quite sure how you missed initially, but also there's a ton of books in here. So, like, it's entirely possible.
Groki is easily distracted by books.
Mm-hmm. It reads like a diary. Dear Diary, today I went to a new place. I went through the roof. I found a tree, and I went through the portal. I exited onto this lush area filled with many houses, spaces between, and a temple hanging high behind. Purple and pink dotted the windows, and as I entered, I read the sign, Church of Jelly. I looked around the entire area and found many houses full of things, and a sign that said Crump. I don't know what Crump means. There was a castle with a throne, or at least I assume that's what it was. It was kind of broken, not quite in the state of the rest of it. Something happened, but I'm not sure what. Dear Diary, today I found a village. It was deep underground, hiding beneath a giant treehouse base. There was also a basket there. I'm not sure what the basket has to do with things. But in this village, I snuck around. The villagers were working. Some were fighting. Some were doing, organizing books, farming, more than normal villagers do. Dear Diary, this world is weird. I know the players are gone and that something's happened, but there's a strange magic here that I can't quite place. Ta-da! That's the book.
After Groki reads it, Groki is gonna call over the others. I found the Linguini book. And when C comes over, Groki's gonna show out the Grokodex on their arm and be like, "See, this Linguini's missing, so this is who we've been trying to find through our adventures. If you know anything about Linguini, we would love to hear it." But this is why this book is so exciting to us.
Could you hand me that book for a sec?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. C takes the book. She kind of examines it. So C has been collecting some of the books. To establish a collective, because C has a collective history feature. So I have extensive knowledge on the object you collect. If it's been touched by famous figures like kings, queens, heroes, villains, or prominent figures of peasantry, I know its purpose. I know its potential buyer or rough selling price. I essentially know kind of
general lore
about it, yes.
All right. So I want you to roll me a d20 to see how, the things that you're gathering, to be able to get the information that I think you're going for. This library is not organized well.
Mm-hmm.
It's organized in some way. The books may be organized by color.
Mm.
Which means you're going to get children's books, nonfiction, fiction. You are going to get the widest range of books. So I would like you to roll me a luck check, so a flat d20.
All right.
To see if the books you gathered are more focused on, world information, or if they're random,
Yeah. Just flat 18.
Cool, yeah. You take this book, and you glance it over, kind of hold the book, and you do your thing, and I don't quite know how allays work, You just kind of know things right now. And you know that this location the book is talking about, there are different locations where groups of people built. Where you're at now, you have figured out, is a sort of mini-game arena. There are various mini-games to play in this area. You know it's above ground, not in the village area. You know that there are a couple big bases that are full of a bunch of giant farms, and very stylized. You know that there is a group that settled together called the Crumpeteers. They were a group of people that had their own sort of legal system, hierarchy, that sort of thing. And this particular book is talking about the Crumpeteers.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't know is how to get there, but you do know that that's a thing. Crumps is the Crumpeteers.
All right. I assume how this would look is just very briefly, C holds the book, inspects it. Again, I imagine kind of that glow effect, the status effect, and then it stops, and then she just relays all that information and hands it back.
How do you do that? That's incredible.
I just know my things.
That's incredible. That's a very good skill to have.
It's a lay thing.
Wow, that is
roll me a d20.
That is a pretty incredible. Oh, I'm rolling a d20? Oh, gosh.
History.
He implodes.
Oh, history?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, implode. That's going to be an 18.
You know where the Crumps live. You know how to get there.
Sweet.
You've been there several times before.
Well, so Peebus says, well, also, it sounded like the last diary entry. It sounds like that's here. Am I making this up? It says that they came down and they started looking.
Yeah.
Is that not? us. You know what I'm saying?
Does that mean Linguini might be here?
That means they might be standing right behind me. Huh. Were they standing behind me?
They're not standing behind you, no.
Oh, don't worry. They're not standing right behind me. Okay. All right.
Ray and Bob are just standing there shaking their heads at you.
Oh, just for the sillies, because I can find this out. What's the rough selling price of the book?
Of what?
So with the collective history, I know the potential buyer and rough selling price of any item I hold. So
What was the rough selling price of Peebus?
wait a minute.
Okay. All right. Okay. All
We
right.
are not selling players. I'm gonna cut that one off here.
What's the rough selling price of the book?
Well, the one you're holding, or we're just holding, like
Just because I'm curious.
12 bamboo.
12 bamboo. All right.
Hey, nice Hermitcraft Season 7 reference right there.
Thank
That's
you
what
so
I'm talking
much. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
12 bamboo.
The amount of references I try and drop in here to Minecraft lore, so many.
So yeah, I mean, I guess what does the party think? Like, do we think it's worth it to like look around here? Because it sounds like the most recent entry of this book was when they were here, but I guess maybe they left it here, like they dropped it and then went back to whence they came. You know, I don't know what.
I think the question is, do we want to check this out before or after we deal with the pillagers?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that whole thing.
How do you forget about the pillagers?
But- Before we go anywhere, there are some other books I want to see if I can find. But yeah, I'd say deal with the pillagers would be our first priority. And then look and see if we can find anything about where Linguini is.
Nice. Wow, I forgot about the entire A plot of the story. Oh my gosh.
You got distracted by all the books.
I did.
Peebus also went to the person we rescued for the reward for rescuing them. So
Oh, yeah.
I think this is like Peebus gets the details. What details?
Details. Come on. Well, I guess then, yeah, Peebus says like, all right, well, I know the place that they were talking about up here, that's definitely Crumpshire, which is what it's called. It's called Crumpshire, which I believe is how you pronounce that. We played a whole season in this friggin' place, and we never all decided how to say it. Which is not, you know, it's a trek. You know, we can get there. We can just pop up onto the roof, but I know where that is in case we decide to go there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, I'd definitely love to check that out. I mean, the more information, like if it's somewhere that Linguini has been, there might be more clues there. But first, pillagers, and before that, I need to see if there are any books that tell me anything about Watchers here.
Oh, yeah.
Roll me. Investigation.
Ooh, not a good roll. That is a 3 + 3 for a 6.
You are looking around. You do, you're paying really close attention, that sort of thing. You don't find anything about a watcher. What you do find, however, is you find a button on one of the walls. And it blends in pretty well with the wall. But there's a button.
Groki pushes it immediately before even drawing attention to it.
We all just hear a suspicious click. A button.
What is everyone's passive perception?
Passive. Hang on. Just a 12.
10.
Passive perception 11.
Awesome.
10, 11, 12. Look at us go.
Boom.
Yeah, you press the button. You hear a click. Phoebus, you're a redstone guy. You hear a piston move.
Okay.
Yeah, but you guys don't.
Oh, and that's it?
Yeah. It's kind of nearby. Kind of.
Okay.
But, Groki, on your end, nothing seems to happen. You hear a noise, and that's it.
Groki looks like visibly disappointed, like their whole body just like droops, and it droops more than like a normal body would droop because it's made out of slime. It just kind of like things start like flowing together, and it just like looks more like a red than normal shape.
Sad blob hours.
Oh man. I guess so. Peebus goes, Like, no. Did you hear that? There was a piston. Something moved. A block changed somewhere. Look around the room to see if anything's different.
Okay. Groki's gonna start looking.
Whoever's gonna look, give me investigation.
I imagine we're all looking.
I got a 9 that time.
Bob's gonna help me with the guidance.
15.
It's going to be a 13 from Peebs.
24.
Okay. You guys all look in the room. Business Ray, you're looking inside the room, you're searching. Business Bob has the brilliant idea. This little guy clickety-clacks outside the library onto, like, the outside area and just starts making a bunch of noise. Ah! That was not a great sheep noise, but I tried.
I think
Thank
it
you.
was fantastic.
I head out.
Oh, that was good.
Thanks.
We head out. Well, I head out.
Sweet.
You see that among this wall of, like, stone, one of the stones looks a little different. It's still a wall, but it looks a little different.
Groki's gonna touch it.
Awesome, you touch stone.
What do you think, Phoebus?
We'll do it so Peebus notices, like, we're all looking at the same thing. I mean, how can I roll a something to see, like, how does it change? How is it different?
I like to just
it is-
perceive that it's this entire group of people just huddled around this singular rock.
I know, just like,
It's really close to it, yeah.
With
so-
Business Bob taking notes.
Most of it is, I'll just give it to you. You do. Mechanically, it's cobbled deep slate versus deep slate. But Peebus just kind of goes, oh, that's a block that's been placed there. That block has been placed. That's the difference between one that's naturally there and one that's been placed.
oh, okay. So Peebus takes his pickaxe and mines the block in question.
Cool, you pick up the cobbled deep slate, and you see a sticky piston in the wall. There's, like, clearly a room past there, but there's a sticky piston.
Oh, are we gonna do the? Okay, I just start digging out the piston and just start mining along the mechanism to find the eventual door.
Are you breaking somebody's redstone stuff?
I'll put it back. I'm gonna put it
That's why I'm
back.
Cool. You break the sticky piston to try and, like, follow it and stuff. The sticky piston is attached to another sticky piston. And then as if you were to, like, look, like, on the side, and then if you were to look straight, it goes into another room that's full of bookshelves.
More books! Secret books!
This is property damage.
This is secret
I feel
books!
so bad, but, like, it's secret books, you know?
I need the secret books. I need the secret books. You have no idea how much I need the secret books.
So I guess I mine a little path to the room that the crew is in, and the room that is the secret room.
Cool.
While putting back the redstone contraption as it was.
Roll me a redstone check.
All right, what are we doing for redstone? Like, it's proficiency?
Intelligence, proficiency.
Come on. 17?
Yeah, you think you did it correctly.
Shit. Also, don't do that. Don't do what I just did in real Minecraft. That's a mean thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, secret books.
That's why C was appalled by this atrocity that she was witnessing.
Sorry, C.
As we're getting to secret books, I'd like to cast guidance on Groki.
Cool. Yeah. It's a room of secret books. There's one in the center of the room. On a pedestal.
Groki is first gonna go to the one in the center of the room, and then Groki is gonna read as many secret books as possible.
Well, C, can you do that holy thing? Can you just, like,
Collective?
touch all the books and collect all of them?
I would need to collect quite a few of them, and if some of them are more connected to it, that would help. But yeah, I think I could do that.
Okay.
And yes, he's gonna go around and kind of like start collecting some of the secret books, trying to get a decent range of everything that's down there.
Cool. Groki,
Mm-hmm.
You start looking at the one in the center. And it is, you can look at it and you do not recognize the words, but you know them.
Awesome.
World is changing. The king goes first.
Bro.
That's what's in the book.
Oh. I wonder if this has something to do with why all the players have disappeared from this world.
No.
I need to read more. Groki's gonna start reading.
Cool. C, your little ability. You start collecting little books and stuff. Roll me a d20.
All right. That'll be a 16.
Oh, you just got to where you need to. 16 was the DC for the information that I think you probably wanted. So you gather books. And you get the sense of there is different types of players. There are villagers, pillagers, there are lays like you, and then there are players who interact with the world very differently than any other creature. When it comes to players, there are different types of players. You know that there was a book about gods out in the main library, about a singular god. That's normal. Most servers have one god. However, what happens sometimes is sometimes things happen to those gods and they become greater. They become what is called a watcher. They can go from... Yeah, I'll let everybody listen. Eric, you pricked up and I was about to be like, actually silent D&D. No, I'll let you guys all listen. But unless C reiterates it, you guys don't know it.
C would be like telling them this as... So she's trying to help them, so she would be like saying this aloud as she's like getting this from the books.
Watchers can come from gods. Most of the time, they essentially ascend from being a god to this new being. They watch. That is their new job. Instead of being in charge of a server, their job is to watch a server, to take note of what's happening, and interacting with the server can be devastating. They are dangerous. These books caution against watchers because they can destroy entire worlds. The other way one can become a watcher is by destroying a world. It is a form of punishment because watchers are not good creatures. But there are types of players. The other thing that is in these secret books is, so that's like one section that you get, like a good chunk of the books are that. The others talk about the particular god in this server, or supposed gods. There were various churches that ruled this server. There was the Church of Basket, the Church of Jelly were the two most notable that you know of. The Church of Basket is worshipped more by villagers, with a handful of players having joined the cult. The Church of Jelly held more players. It was founded by the Crumpeters, and the two churches were friendly, there was, like, they did have squabbles, they did have, like, things that happened that had the potential to pit them against each other. Yeah. It's basically what the books are about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he basically just says, literally reads that aloud as she's picking up books, like the glowing thing. She just kind of like reads it off, essentially, and puts each book down, like, then it just puts them down, looks at the group. That's all I can get at the moment. Was that helpful?
As Groki hears about Watchers, what do they get from that?
I would like to play Silent D&D with Petal.
Ah!
Actually, here's the deal. Hollow is not main cast. Hollow can stay.
Yeah!
Ah!
Privileges! I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet and eat my popcorn.
Groki, as this is happening, the talks of Watchers, you feel a sort of ache in your back. For the briefest moment, it is like you can see hundreds of images at the same time, and just as soon as those feelings are there, they're gone. There is seemingly no visual change for you. But the other thing that you feel is you feel as if you are in the nether. For that moment where you have the ache on your back, where you see the images, you feel more solid and hot.
I think once, like, that whole, like, those feelings are there, Groki just sort of, like, stumbles back, like, just, like, in shock. And just, like, suddenly just has, like, a lot more of a, like, thoughtful look on their face as they try to make sense of it all.
Eric steps away right as I'm about to bring them back.
Groki committed arson. Sorry, guys. I'm kidding.
Hello.
He did not commit arson. Welcome back, guys. So you guys are listening to C, and they finish talking, and you see Groki just like stumble and sort of freeze for a moment, and a very like serious, thoughtful look appears on their face.
Peebus also has that sort of look on his face, just pondering, but not like but in any ways he notices Groki. Or do I notice Groki? I imagine I would.
If you
Groki.
want, you can't. Like Groki stumbled, so those were Petal's words. So you guys can notice his stumble.
Okay, so I noticed the stumble, and I guess I just kind of like I just turned my attention to Groki.
Sorry, I just had
You
a bit
okay
of
there,
a
Groki?
yeah, just had a little bit of a weird moment there. I'm fine. I'm sure it's nothing.
That sounds like you're withholding information. This is Eric saying it, not Peebus. Peebus wouldn't say, okay.
Peebus looks at the camera.
And soliloquies about.
And Peebus goes, are you sure? That's a lot to process for all of us. Are you all right?
Yeah, no, just trying to make sense of it all. I mean, like, didn't Business Ray's book say that there is a watcher among us? So it's just a lot to process, learning more about them.
And then, as you say that, like, Peebus, definitely not Eric, but Peebus remembers that happened. And like, sort of looks out on the floor in shock and goes, hey, and I look at both, Groki. I'm imagining they're on either side of me, so I'm looking back and forth between Groki and Ray. And I just say, are you guys players? And I just, like, let it sit. Like, I've been holding that in for a while, so he finally just says it.
I think I am.
Really, Grokes?
I mean, I don't know much about players or anything like that, but I mean, the way that I interact with the world seems to be in line with how the books have described players and the information we've gotten about players so far.
Yeah, I mean, you both have communicators, you're both wearing weird clothes. Like, you seem like players to me, but the players are gone.
I guess we aren't players from this world. We have traveled in from another world. But what makes me concerned is, like, how did the players disappear? Like, is that going to happen to us if we stay here too long? Were they, like, killed by the pillagers? But don't you just, like, respawn if you're killed? I don't understand why the players would disappear. Like, it seems like they left everything, like, very suddenly. And that's what I'm curious about.
But it said it starts with the king, and there was a king up in Crumpshire, King Barber. He had a crown and everything. It was real pretty. I wonder what happened to Barber. Did he go first? I don't know. I'm not. Also, Peebus isn't like asking people this. Peebus is just postulating.
I know that I said we should go and get the pillagers first, but I kind of am curious about this. I'm wondering if maybe we should go to Crumpshire first to figure out what happened to the players, because I don't know if the pillagers has something to do with happened to the players, but if they do, we should probably be prepared before we actually, like, take them all out.
I don't know. Let's who else who else thinks we should go to Crumpshire before we go deal with the pillagers? By a show of block hands and blue hand.
and blue hand.
I mean, I guess it's also a block.
It is also a block. I don't know why you specified and blue hand.
Yeah, especially because Groki's hand is green.
Yeah, and a green hand. Fuck it. All the hands.
Singling me out, bruh.
Groki raises a hand.
I don't really know. The thing is, so how safe do we think? This place seems pretty. Ooh, we left that big staircase tower outside.
Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, my official.
You left it at Aylin's.
Right, but that is presumably, yeah, that is where the pillagers are, though. That's the portal we would take. So, what do you say? Do you think?
I think we should go cover our tracks there. Make sure there's nothing approaching, because I want to ensure that this place is safe above all else.
Yeah,
because there are people here, and the people are important. So I think we quick check, make sure, nothing else came here with us. If it seems safe, we go to that other place first. If it does not seem safe, I say we deal with the pillagers first.
I think that sounds like a pretty fair assessment to me.
Right, you're right. The lives of everybody, that's what's more important than information. You're right. I should have been thinking of that.
Well, no, I also forgot that we just kind of left that staircase there until now, because I was thinking about it, because the first thing that came to my mind is if the pillagers might know where this, be able to find this place, and then I just remembered, we just left that giant staircase up there.
Yeah, we did. They went this way!
How can you tell? Just a big fucking staircase.
Yeah, I think that sounds good to me. I think, I think we go deal with stuff over there and then come back. Does that jive with everybody?
That sounds good.
Fuck yeah. However, I will say, before we do that, can I grab 8 stacks of just whatever random blocks are around? I imagine there's a shit ton of cobblestone somewhere. If I remember correctly, there was when we were kidding up, there was just a big block thing because, we're building blocks.
You can have as much dirt, cobblestone, or deep slate as you want.
Sick. Then I'm just going to take 5 stacks of cobblestone.
Cool. Yeah, I grabbed some too.
Cool. And then I guess we head to the portal and back to the place. Unless
you guys are heading to Crump area.
We're going to check. We're gonna go get rid of that staircase.
To Aylin's. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that area has not been spotted by any pillagers. Make sure that stuff's all gone so they can't get up, and then we're gonna, go from there.
Yeah, cool. So you guys can go back up. You head back over to Aylin's. As you exit the portal, nothing seems off. Your staircase is still there, but you don't see any pillagers. You don't hear any pillagers. I'm gonna let you guys just have this.
Mm-hmm.
We remove the staircase.
We remove it.
Cool. Done. You guys remove the staircase with ease. No pillagers come. No, you're good.
Can I just real quick? I know I have the wood. Where do I have the wood? I know somebody has the wood.
Well, we just got 128 because we used 2 stacks building this. So.
Oh yeah. Nice. So I used some of that wood to post a sign on the portal that says "lol get fucked."
How much is a sign?
Sign is 6 planks plus 1 stick, so that would be just over 2.5 logs, or just over 1.5 logs.
Okay, I'll take off 2.
Rock and roll.
Perfect. Yeah. For the most part, right now, I'm just going to let you guys have stuff. I ain't going to be particularly picky about it.
Cool.
Because I don't think it really matters to the plot if you do or don't do this. So I'm going to let you have it.
Oh my god.
Cool. And then in that case, we're on our way to Crumps. I guess are we staying in the Nether, just going straight to because I know where Peebus knows where that portal is. So we could just stay on the Nether roof and go over there.
It'd probably be best to take the fastest, safest way.
Yeah, then Nether roof for sure. Then as we're going that way, I just keep posting signs every 20 blocks or so that just says basically just imagine Vicious Mockery, but if it was in sign form over 2,000 blocks. or cutting words, perhaps,
Jesus.
just like, get wrecked, turn around, you don't want none of this, fuck, just discouraging pillagers from
So
coming.
you're putting that to try and get them to not follow the path that you're making if they get up there?
Yeah, or at least make them feel kind of dejected. When they
Beware of dog.
Yeah, beware of dog.
Beware of dog. I
C
love that.
takes
We
a
went-
sign and puts down beware of dog.
We went this
Good.
way, don't go this way.
Is there a little doodle of Athenia on the Beware of Dog?
We make it scarier. We make it a scarier version of Athenia.
It's like it's got like little angry eyebrows. Like,
Yeah, big chompers. Like
I'm also realizing that how have I not been doing this the whole time? But if we had gotten some pumpkins, we could have been making iron golems just this whole time, just like plopping them around.
Well,
Huh.
you win some, you lose some there.
I'll get some punkies later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we head to Crumpshire.
Wonderful. You exit the portal. As you do, there is remnants of paths, remnants of farms, of this beautiful structure in the distance, this tall church-like building on one side, a second one on the other side with what was once a colorful glass roof that Peebus you knew to look like a jellyfish. But everything is tattered and broken. There are blocks missing everywhere, holes that go deep in the ground. The most put together building is the one with the glass roof, but even that is iffy.
Damn.
It is absolutely and utterly broken. But if you look, you do not hear or see any pillagers.
Wow. Is the portal ground level?
Yes.
Cool. So I guess Peebus is gonna go explore the big church building because that's where. First off, Peebus explains to the group that like this is the Church of Jelly. This we're in Crumpshire. The king this was his land. And that big building over there with the big cool glass dome on it. It was awesome. You should have seen it. That was like their stomping ground. So I think we should go check that out to see for any signs of what may have happened to him.
okay,
Yeah,
So we do
sounds
that.
good to me.
we do
I will
that.
follow your lead on
Cool.
this, because you know this world far better than I
Cool,
do.
thanks. So I just don't want to take agency away from other players, just being like, this is what we do. Like I want to make sure we're all on board.
Cool. You guys head over. As you walk, the ground is mostly there. You can actually take a look as you are walking. And at one point, there is a hole so deep that it goes, you cannot see the bottom. But that looks unnatural. Like something is wrong there. Something is very wrong.
Is there any other clue, like stuff? Can I roll for investigation or something just to see
Yeah, go
if
for
anything else in the room indicates what may have happened?
Go for it.
Yeah. It's going to be
This is
16.
even before you get into the building.
Oh, wow.
This is just going up to the building.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is a 16.
It doesn't look natural. Whether it was a player or not, like it couldn't have, like Peebus, it couldn't have been a player. This wasn't like this when you left. It couldn't have been a player, but this is not like creepers don't make holes like this. Pillagers, you've never seen a pillager do something like this. Yes, their ravengers will destroy things, but this is not right. Something is wrong. This is unnatural.
Gotcha. But we have no problem getting around it to go into the
No,
church?
you can still go into the church, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
As you get into the church, it is not in a much better state than outside. It is only slightly better. You can still get in. There's some carpets that remain. You can see the pedestal where a jelly head stands. There's a couple bleachers are still standing. Or a couple pews, I guess, are still standing, but it's rough. You have to climb your way around to get around.
Damn.
Yeah, something happened here. This is... And who would desecrate the Church of Jelly?
So as Peebus is looking around, sort of in awe, looks at the hole, and then looks at the group and goes, "Okay, weird pitch. C, how willing are you to go check out that there hole?"
Pretty willing, I'd say.
Because I think we got to know what's going on with that hole. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
I can go
want
down.
to check out that hole?
I can go down. Yeah.
Cool. You fly down that hole and you go down, you get cobblestone, deep slate. You get down to bedrock and that hole is still there. You can look down into the black, inky, starry void underneath.
Bro.
Huh.
Whoa. This
Roll
thing
me...
broke bedrock.
Actually, first, do you go into the void at all, or do you stop before you would get down there?
Probably stop like just before it.
All right, roll me a d20 at disadvantage. Just a flat d20.
Flat D20 at disadvantage, 15.
Still a 15, dang.
Yeah, the first one was a
you-
17, and the second one was a 15.
You hear coming from below you a sort of like almost like a crunch. It is a weird, you have never heard this noise before. The closest word to describe it is a crunch.
Ooh, is it coming down from in the void?
From in the void.
Okay, can I try and be sneaky and take a peek, but be like...
Yeah, roll me stealth.
Thank God, I'm a rogue. Good. That is a 23, dirty.
Damn.
Yeah. You sneak down you just peek into the void and you watch as a piece of bedrock falls. You hear the crunch again and then a piece of bedrock falls.
Oh. Does it look like something's breaking it or like it's decaying?
Nope. Like it's decaying.
Okay, I'm gonna fly back up then. I think the world is decaying.
That's not good. Oh,
The bedrock is
that's
falling.
really not good.
There was just empty void at the bottom, and I poked my head in, and I could see the bedrock, like, falling. Like, crumbling.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not great.
How did that even happen?
I don't know.
I'm tempted to, like, go down there and... I mean, I guess this is Peebus saying this, too. I'm tempted to go down there and, like, dig out a little area where we can see the bedrock.
I don't recommend, because if it is decaying, then you can't guarantee that the platform you stand on will last very long.
See, I'm really glad you joined the group. That's a really good idea. That's a good point. That I would have died.
I've been doing this for a long time. But I mean, nothing I saw down there was like actively breaking anything. It was just crumbling.
What else? Did you hear anything? Were there
Just like a crunch with the bedrock falling. But otherwise, no.
A crunch. Hold on 1 second. Where are we? We're standing outside the hole, right?
Yeah.
So I pillar up. I jump and I place the block. I pillar up until I'm, let's say... Does anybody off the top of their head know the minimum distance for fall damage? Is it 5 blocks?
4 blocks. It's 4 blocks.
4 blocks?
For
So
like one, yeah.
So I pillar up 4 blocks and then jump off and just land on the ground and presumably take damage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't grab my dice. We're playing D&D and I didn't grab my dice. Please help.
Amazing that we got even through one episode before this, before you grabbed your dice.
Yeah, 4 damage.
4? Jesus! Wow. Okay, I'll take it. Bold strategy. And when I take damage, does it make the Minecraft damage noise?
Yeah.
So that happens, and then I ask C, was that the noise you heard?
Was it? No.
Fuck! Oh, I thought I was going to be so clever just then. Oh!
No, that was a good idea. No, that was a good idea. I liked it.
I was like, the crunching noises in Minecraft. What makes a weird crunching noise? All right, that was worth a try. I was still proud of it. Okay.
No,
I
that
took
was a
4 damage
great
for
idea.
that.
I loved that. I loved that.
Thanks. That's really what I wanted, was the action. God damn. All right, so there's a big hole. I guess just north of us is the rest of Crumpshire, where there's some more like bases and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like 150 blocks. If we want to just go over there and investigate some more.
All right.
Yeah.
So we
Sounds
do
good
that.
to me.
Cool. You guys head over. There's a few bases. My main party, one of the bases that you see, looks the exact same as the one when you went to visit Princess Fruit Snack and Hey Good, that Hey Good guy.
Oh yeah, I liked him. He was fucking awesome.
There's also this really tall tower that has just more floors than you can even see. It's made of wood and glass mostly, with some white stone in there. And it's just really tall.
Are
That's
there
the
any
big
more
one.
any more holes?
Yeah, this entire area is also very decayed.
Wow.
It is in the same state,
Wow.
if not worse. If you look around, there is a group of what Peebus knew to be once circular buildings, or circular-ish, that is almost of wood and dark stone, is almost unrecognizable. There are so few blocks left, and the area around it is almost completely destroyed. You can barely, move in it. You have to take your time and carefully move
Wow.
if you want to be able to, get in.
Wow. So metagaming, I know, Eric knows that that's Barber's base, and Barber is a librarian. Barber was writing down what was happening in the server.
Mm-hmm.
But Peebus wouldn't necessarily know that. So can I roll a history to see if Peebus knew?
Yeah, roll me a history.
Sweet.
If anybody else would like to roll me perception, investigation, or anything to look at more, feel free as well.
Absolutely.
Cool. That's going to be a 19 for history.
Yeah. Peebus looks at this and knows that this was an important building. He knows that this was once a library owned by one of the players. Which particular player is currently fleeting? He cannot remember which particular player, but he knew a player ran this, and it was a library full of stories and books. That is where your library ended up getting quite a few books.
22 investigation.
I got a 16
22.
investigation.
16, okay. C, are you doing any investigating?
Yes, he's probably poking around looking at stuff.
Cool. C, what is your investigation?
Dirty 22.
Perfect. So here's the deal, right? C is able to fly around, see a little bit more. But it's not until Business Ray points out in one of the spots that is almost entirely gone. There is the remnants of something that looks like it could have once been a throne. There's a table that has a single map sitting on it, and a couple item frames. One has a piece of redstone. One has the logo that you the yellow Q and C that you guys saw at the beginning. It has that, but in a design. There is just floating on one of the last pieces of wood that is the wall, a banner of a jellyfish and a crown. And that is all that seems to, there's a couple pieces of wall here and there. There's maybe a bookshelf or two that is still standing. Otherwise, this is pretty much gone and dead. But yeah, that's what you see.
Damn. Well, so far, Peebus knows that a number of the books that are in their library came from this library, right? Mm-hmm. So we could go back there now, specifically looking for books that came from this library. But like, then would those books have any recount of what, like, if what happened was so cataclysmic, then it's likely that books wouldn't have had time to be written about it, you know?
I mean, you have never heard stories of this. You have no idea about this. This is as much a shock to Peebus as it is to everyone. Like, this would be something that, like, this would probably be something that would be talked about.
Right.
Well, didn't you say that the pillagers have a library? Maybe we look at that after we deal with them, and maybe we'll find more information.
Real quick. So that banner, there's a banner,
Mm-hmm.
right? Are there other banners around here?
No. There might have once been, but there are not anymore.
Okay. I can try and do my history thing, but it wouldn't work as well without a collective.
Oh
shit!
Oh, no!
And that's where we're ending today's episode.
Oh, there's a noise!
Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's episode. We will see you next week. Goodbye!
Bye!
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. It was so wonderful having you. Special shout out to our patrons, Marissa, Fell, Gunn, and Mary. You guys are amazing and wonderful, our server gods. Also, you can, as always, find us on our social medias at Adventure SMP Pod over on Twitter and Instagram, which I'm going to try and be better about using, even though I say that every week and still haven't been. Or if you would like to help support the show, you can find us at patreon.com/AdventureSMP Podcast. We'll see you next week. Goodbye!